Okay, I wanted to continue with kind of like this let's play thing, but it's not so much like a let's quote quote like a let's play. It's more like trying to do some testing to see how the the mods that's in the game actually work overall, and try to figure out what the problems might be. One of the well, two of the problems that I had previously, I had did a little bit of research, and I had figured out that if you ever get where you save a game, where you go to save your game, and then you go back in to load the game back up, if for some well, there we go. That's that. Let me get rid of that thing. See, I think that happens again when I go here, but I'm over here. See, I'm in this menu, but the primary menu is photo mode. I think that is, let me show you that again. That is that problem. So whenever you're in a sub menu, the main menu should be locked in whatever it is. Now, I can see that being different with the MCM, because the MCM usually has your primary, your primary selections to the left, and then the right are your options. So you want to be able to switch back and forth between the two. However, I don't think that's the case here, since this is a main menu thing. But it makes me wonder that maybe this was this thing right here, because the mod configuration menu has its own Swift file, which maybe adds more than just the actual images for the menu and the submenu, though, those kind of things. Maybe it actually affects the menu itself. So this looks like MCM behavior. But then again, I don't have, to be honest, I've never really went back and played a non-modded game. One thing about Bethesda games to me is once I mod them, I'm almost always going to mod them, because I like the way the modded game looks. So that was that. But you can see, if I'm going to go back in and I'm going to load this game up, so let's go ahead and load this back up. And then I'm going to go in and look at the same menu, and you'll see that both the load and save options are now available. Because the bug was when you save and then reload, somehow HUD Caps has a bug in the scripting where it's not registering something. I'm not really sure. I'm assuming it's registering something through HUD Framework. So that is fixed. And then okay, so now to this particular thing. I know I'm trying to crunch this up, because I know there's I'm going to be playing the game going to Diamond City, because I've got my West Tech goggles. So I've got those. Let me put this like this. I've got my West Tech goggles on, so we're going to be heading that way, and we'll get to do some gameplay. I got the backpack with backpacks of the Commonwealth, which this one was in. That one was in Super Duper Mart. That's already been cleared. Okay, so you can literally see that I had another ghoul attack at night. So this time I wanted to get inside the settlement to see if there was going to be a combat pathing crash. And that is not the case. It looks like everything worked just fine. Everything worked like it should. Now, again, if you take a look at the workshop information, there's Red Rocket. There are no people in Red Rocket, because the beacon is turned off. There are only 6 people, which I thought that was the Concord 5. I guess is the Concord 6. So they're in. Probably, if I thought about it, I could probably name them all, but they're in Sanctuary. That should be the only ones there. I do believe the beacon is turned off. Beacon is turned off in Starlight Drive-In, and if you notice, all the bed counts in Taffington Boathouse does not have any bed counts. I just stripped the thing down, and the reason I did that one is because I was on my way to get the West Tech goggles there at the MedTech facility. So you can see that the bed count is correct. Now there's no people in here. So the scripting isn't trying to get variables and then pass them around, which it would make sense if for some reason during the scripting process the variables are getting scrambled. Yeah, that I'm not sure. All right, so this attack was repelled just fine. No combat nav mesh crash. And out here you can once again see where the ghouls are trying to get through here. For some reason, they think they can get in there. Now, interestingly enough, I did run from Sanctuary to Red Rocket, which was a cell transition. And oh, you know what we'll do? Instead of doing Diamond City yet, let's go do. I'm gonna work my way this way, and let's go do the satellite relay system. So I'd work my way from Sanctuary to Red Rocket, which means there was a cell transition. There's actually a transition between the cells. I wonder if I'm injured. Am I injured? Because I'm actually walking fairly slow. Yeah, I am injured. I wonder if I could use a... let me see if I could use a stim pack. I don't think this will work, but we'll try it and see. I got plenty of stim packs. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, let's go over here and see if this even works. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Okay, good. Alright, let's get it this way. So, probably any kind of hit I'm going to get is going to cripple me because I'm already damaged, and I'm actually a low level. So whenever you start out the game, with the game that I've got, and I believe it might still be nighttime, the game that I've got a lot of ghouls in here. Like, there's literally just a lot of ghouls. I've got FGEP, which is the Feral Ghoul expansion pack, and some of these ghouls are they do enough damage when you're high level, but when you're low level, they are absolutely deadly. And I've got a mod that it's like not open world ghouls, but it scatters ghouls around the Commonwealth, and it's actually really nice. It fills in a lot of empty spaces. You know, you would think that with the population that existed before the bombs and the rate of ghoulification, if you multiply that out, you would see a lot more ghouls. You know, game engines normally don't do that because, let's see what's down there. What in the world is that? Alright, we got some dudes that are... If that's a badger... Alright, I'm going to save this because I'm a low level. My armor is really bad. So I guarantee you that this thing is probably going to kill me. Oh, something just killed him. Okay, I think Fred's okay. Alright, so we are not going to lose an opportunity for some free stuff. And I'm going to need some leather, maybe, to upgrade my armor. Don't think I'm going to collect a lot of clothing this time. Alright, we'll grab that. Let's see, he killed this dude. Alright, that's interesting that he's, yeah, I think he's catatonic. I think he went into a state of catatonia. Alright, let's keep making our way to the satellite relay. But it makes it much harder. The game doesn't really start to get easier until about level, I'm going to say around 25-ish. That's when it really starts to kind of pick up. That's when you get enough perks, you get your armor high enough, you start getting combat armor. Let's make sure nothing's in here. Get combat armor. I picked this up earlier. I didn't know if it respawned. Alright, so let's see. Yeah, I think I'm still kind of... my leg is definitely still damaged. That doesn't help. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take a hit. Should have slept, is what I should have done. I don't have any medicine skills yet, so there's no way I can make any type of medicine or even a... Oh, that's not going to work. Yeah, this thing's going to kill me. Let me see if I can get up out of here. Up in here. Let me put some distance in between me and this thing, because this thing will follow me. That is actually Mutant Menagerie Life Finds a Way. It put some interesting things at the beginning of the game. It put that little crab thing, and there's no way I can take it down. I don't have enough explosive skills. I don't have enough just literal damage to take the thing down. So it's a bullet sponge is what it is. Which I guess if you think about it, it makes the most sense because it's a crustacean, so it's heavily armored with chitin. It's got some calcified chitin, which really acts like an armor. So it would be able to take some hits. Alright, let's see here. We need to find the satellite relay. Just let me take a look at the map. Oh, that's not good. My leg is almost broken again. I wonder if I can... I do have stim packs. So let's see. I could probably use like a... I don't know if a trauma stem would work. You know what? Let me try this. And let me try... this. Try another one of these. Let's see if that works. It's really hard to... yeah, see, it looks like it's going up. But I don't know if running damages my leg. It might. So I don't know. Let me just kind of pause here for a minute. I really hate to do this because this is going to make this longer than what it should. This is already going to be long. Because at the beginning of the game, I can't, with Scourge in here, I can't run out and take a bunch of damage. I cannot do it. There's no way. Let me grab this. There's just no way. I can't do it. So any kind of damage I take is going to do massive amount of damage, and I don't have any health, anything that's gonna help me recover that health. So what we're gonna have to do is try to do some kiting. Are we still? Is it still nighttime? See, it is not nighttime yet. It's getting daytime, which means they're gonna be able to see me. That's not a good thing.
Entering killing mode.
All right, so let's. Let's get up here. Alright, where'd you go?
Entering killing mode.
See, even at low levels, unless it's a headshot, it is not going to do anything. Alright, so they're already firing at me.
Critical damage available.
Okay, that's probably going to kill me because that dude's actually trying to snipe, so...
Entering killing mode. Your AP is too low.
I don't know why he's running away. Get back here, little buddy. Not happening.
Entering killing mode. Your AP is too low.
So, starting out like this, you almost have to have, and oh, believe me, with Pack Attack NPC, those raiders are coming this way. They're definitely going to head this way. Alright, so let's grab whatever this dude's got.
Entering killing mode.
Might be able to get a headshot. Okay, good. Headshot there. Alright, let's save this just in case. I am doing quick save, so hopefully that won't cause a problem.
Entering killing mode.
Rat Horner, yeah, I don't really need to kill that. That's not a threat. Alright. I do have some grenades, so I think we're set on Molotovs. Yeah, that's good. Molotov cocktails is what I want to use.
New location discovered.
Alright, since we're probably going to I don't want that. Since we're probably going to have close quarters combat, I'm going to stick with shotguns. And that means if I got somebody coming right in my face... Let's make sure this is clear before we start looting stuff. Alright, I'll take that. Take that for cooking. There's nothing there. Alright, let's go up here and do some loot. Let's save this. Now, I remember in the old version of...
effects are expired.
What was that? Something was... Oh, it must be the chems. Alright, so I remember in the first version of Mutant Menagerie Life Finds a Way, there was a ton of ants. There's a whole swarm of ants. Oh, and even though I got a radar up there, I generally don't use that. It makes it a little bit too easy to actually see when something's coming. So I don't really like to use that. I like to kind of because I've played this game so much. There's not a lot of things that's just going to flat out surprise me. So I would want to. I like to be surprised every now and then. You know, pleasantly surprised. You know, not unpleasantly surprised. Okay, so I think we're about done with this. Yeah, when the menu wouldn't, when the save and load actually got, when it was grayed out, when it wasn't available, I first started thinking, wow, you know, this is, from the first little bit of research I did, I thought, wow, this is, this is, a problem with having an FPS greater than 60, because I'm pretty sure if I bring up the FPS meter, I'm running above 60. To get to this kind of speed with this kind of data, I am using 2K. I don't think I do have some 4K, but not by choice. It's very few 4K mods. And I gotta save this because I'm pretty sure I will not be able to save in here without crashing. So we're gonna give it a couple good saves here. And that way, in case for some odd reason one save goes bad, I still have the other one. So we're going to have to treat this whole inside area as though it is a survival run. So I can kind of get around it with that, you know, that kind of play style. It's not really a true survival run, but it's kind of saying, okay, I'm going to play survival. If I'm in here, I can't really save till I hit a bed. And I can't sleep around enemies. So this is pretty well lit. So let's see if we can stick to the shadows. I might have a little bit of advantage if I stick to the shadows. I do want to clear some of this out. Oh, there he goes.
Entering killing mode.
Alright. Get rid of that. Because literally, any hit I take is going to do major damage. And once that's done, that's what makes the beginning kind of fun. And it makes it more difficult than really what it needs to be. It really does. You know, okay, there's that. See, I can't really save in here. I mean, I can save, but I just can't reload that save. And I don't know why. It kind of makes me wonder, though. I read somewhere where somebody literally said the actual problem is when things are running faster than 60 FPS, or if you have some kind of I wonder if I could take him out. Let's see if he stays there long enough. Yep, got him. Alright, that's probably going to bring people. This is really not the place to be. This is not a good point here because I can't move. I like to bounce back and forth because with Pack Attack NPC, I got him. With Pack Attack NPC, they will come and they will come in force. So once one gets alerted, they will all get alerted. Let's see. I don't have any mines. I don't think. I do. Alright, so let's get a fragmentation mine. Alright, let's drop that. What in the world? Alright. Okay, so I'll take that. Alright, so I'm going to try to watch what I actually loot, because I do have mods in, and I do not want to put that where somebody may not like it. Alright, there we go. Alright, got him. Now what I'm more concerned about is Ak. Whoop, that's not what I want to do. I want that. Alright. Okay, so let's go here and see what we got. Alright. Ak is in here somewhere. That's the person I need to take out. So maybe I can kite them into a mine. Oh, I got a feeling I'm going to die here. So let's see what we can do. Alright, I hate to do this, I really do, but I'm going to have to run up here and I am going to step out and save it. Let me do that real quick. And I'm going to pause this and then I will pick it up in part 2. Otherwise, these videos are going to be massive because it takes me a long time to actually crawl back and forth because of how susceptible I am to damage. So let me get this thing to load, and now I can save it safely, and I can load from here, where I couldn't do that before. Alright, and then I will come back with the second part of this video.